Hello! I've not filmed a video in a while and you've been asking for this, so, you know, I might as well film the video. I mean, that's just a great intro. Basically what I'm trying to say is I've been very busy and I had my mock results like 3 weeks ago and I was meant to film the video literally like that night or that weekend. No, 3 weeks later I'm still here, still not filmed the video, so this is what I'm sitting here and talking to you about now. Plus I'm going to be talking about what exactly I plan on doing for the next 8 weeks for my exams, because they start soon and I'm not prepared. Like when I say like in GCSE I knew what I was doing and I was revising a lot, and whilst I don't exactly want to be doing that this time around, I definitely also have a sense of I maybe need to get my crap together now, because my exam season kind of it's a bit weird. Like my exams are spread out, however I have my first exam when the exam season just starts and it goes all the way through until my last exam is on the last day, and also I have my art exam just before. So basically I don't have like a delayed start. I start my exam season with 2 core pure papers for further maths. They're literally my worst exams and I am not looking forward to them at all. So yes, moral of the story, get your crap together, Ella, because it's gonna come by really quickly and I am not prepared. Anywho, let me stop rambling. You're here for the results, so that's what I'll share with you now before we get into the revision plan and all that waffle. So I take 3 subjects now, so I dropped English Lit at the beginning of year 13. I don't have a qualification in that whatsoever. I take fine art, maths and further maths. And the grades that I got given back were an A for fine art, a B for further maths and an A for normal maths. So there you go. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm really happy with them because I didn't do... Okay, right. If you're going to get annoyed at the fact that I'm going to be completely honest, then please leave the video now. With all of my videos I am completely honest, and I am aware that I am lucky because I seem to either have found the perfect... I think I found like the way that I revise, and I found that quite early on, and so I have done better in these exams with not a lot of work beforehand. So being completely 100% transparent, the only thing that I put all of my effort towards was art. And that is because it's not like a one exam thing. This is the mark for all of my coursework and everything. So that has taken up the majority of my time. And when it got to about 3 papers into the maths and further maths ones, I just started revising the night before. Obviously in lesson I was doing everything my teachers like had given us work to do, so I am very grateful for the fact that I have really good teachers, and that they left a couple of weeks aside to do some revision. For like my further maths, the core pure ones, like the main like 50% of my grade, I didn't just revise the night before, it was like more a few days and I started like the week before. But with normal maths it was the night before. So that, if that has answered any questions, then there you go. That is me being completely honest, and yeah, that's the grades. So if you're still here, you might want to know the actual plan that I've got in place to kind of help myself out. So my holidays are a little bit different. I'm on half term right now. I'm on my second... No, wait, what day is it? Is it a Sunday? Yes, it is a Sunday. So I'm at the end of my first week of my holidays. I have a 2-week break and then I have 8 weeks on, like in school. So this is my first break since Christmas, and then I've got 8 weeks, and then the week I break up, that first week of my next holidays, is when I have my 2 further maths exams. So that's when the exam season starts, if that's going to give you any clarity. And week 6 of this term, so I'm going into term 4, week 6 I've got my art exam deadline, and that means that basically as of then, all of my artwork is done. And then I've got 2 subjects to focus on for exam season. So again, I'm lucky in that sense. However, further maths and maths give me 7 exams total between May and June. The plan. So, finally, I've brought one into a video. Basically, the first thing I'm going to be doing is religiously planning my weeks. And I do this anyway, but I know that sometimes when I've got more to do, I forget to plan, which then makes the more things I have to do even more stressful. So it's a downward spiral if I ever stop. So I've got my I've got my mindset journal here. There'll be a link in the description if you want more information on these. I created these, so basically this is exactly what I need to follow to make sure that I am completely, not stress-free, but under control of the stress that I'm going to be under in the next 8 weeks. Basically, I'm going to be doing my habit tracker to make sure I'm still taking care of my mental and physical health. So I'm going to be doing workouts and making sure I'm eating well, all of that malarkey, because if that's not sorted, then the revision and the work is never going to get done. Secondly, I've got the mind dump where I am going to be sectioning off or like writing down literally everything. So for my my art exam project, I'm going to be thinking about all the tasks that I want to get done. So this observation, this experiment, this essay, blah blah blah, all of that kind of stuff, plus all my maths homeworks, everything like that. And also the business side of things, because if this is the first video you're seeing of my face, then hi, I also run, outside of my A-levels, I run 2 businesses. One's the journals and one is, wait, I'm repping the hoodie today. One is Keto Fitness Club. The most annoying but also good thing is that this business is picking up. However, the annoying part is, obviously, it's picking up at a time where I am starting to, unfortunately, allocate more time towards school. So I really need to make sure that I'm planning my time to balance the two, because we are doing workshops almost every weekend. Basically, the only time I have to do schoolwork is maybe an hour or 2 after school, and I'm not going to do that every single day of the week, like the weekdays. So that planner is basically going to be used for my free time in between lessons, because at my sixth form I can't go home in between lessons, and there'd be no point in me going home anyway because I live half an hour away. What it means is, say if on like a Tuesday I've got 2 frees in the morning, so I'm going to plan what I'm doing in those 2 frees to make sure that I don't need to do a lot of work at home. I've been carrying that ethos all the way through year 13, and I'm not stopping that now. I refuse to, because I cannot work at home for a long period of time on that schoolwork. My brain just doesn't want me to. If any of you are in that similar situation, then don't worry, I'm feeling the same. Just make sure you plan your time out and you'll be a-okay. We can hope. What's the next thing? Oh yeah, the to-do list. So that I've already kind of talked about that. So there's the 3 templates in that journal that I am going to be using religiously over the next however many months. So in terms of what I'm planning to do for each subject, obviously art is pretty much just keeping on working through the exam and making sure I finish that on time. I don't want to be stressing about the deadline, but I know it's probably inevitable, so I'm gonna see how that goes. Basically I've got 6 more weeks to just like get as much work for this exam done, and then that's art over and done with. For maths, I've pretty much, I think we've finished the content for further maths, for corporeal, D1 and mechanics. For normal maths, I think we've got a few more things to do. Honestly, I don't think we've finished yet, but I don't think we're far off. And basically my teachers are just throwing exam questions at us left, right and centre, so that's what I'm doing, and that helped me massively at GCSE, so I think the same thing will work for this time. Obviously, I know I've said I didn't do a lot of revision for my mocks, but what I did do was obviously effective. It wasn't just reading through the textbook, it was doing my chapter summary notes. I have a video on that, I'll link it up here, and then it was exam questions after exam questions, because that's the only way that you're going to ever learn the method of maths. You can't just read about it, you've got to learn it in different formats. So that was my main focus, and it will be my main focus for the rest of this term. It also makes things a whole lot easier because my textbook has mixed exercise questions at the back of each chapter and then review exercise questions, so I'm basically just working through them. I say I am, I've not started them, but I will be in my freeze. If I have a lesson where I'm not got homework to do or anything like that, that's what I'll be doing, and that's what I did before my mocks as well. So I know I said I revised the night before, but I also, any spare free I had, I would go over some form of content, although it would just be 1 chapter's worth, not the entire year's worth. That would be the night before. If you want me to do some sort of video about how I cover that content, then I will do. I don't actually know how I do it really, so that would be interesting. But basically my summary notes really help me out. Also, forewarning, you're going to get a lot of study with me videos because that's all I can film right now, because obviously there's a lot of work to do. I hope this video hasn't taken too long or too much of your time, and whatever, if you've gone through mocks, whether it's year 11 or year 13, if those results aren't what you wished for, then just remember there's plenty of time to change. There are some people that literally jump like 4 grades between mocks and real exams. Oh my god, I give up. Just as I was starting to do my motivational talk, my battery died. Whatever it was that I was about to say, I'm sure it was incredibly motivational and it would get you straight A stars. I don't know. Yes, I hope you've had a lovely weekend, because this video is probably going up in the evening. And yeah, whatever grade you've got, please don't feel disheartened, and just take it as an opportunity to grow from it instead of, you know, wallowing in self-pity, because that's not good for anyone. That's not good for anyone. Be happy, be cheerful, and if you're really stressed out, then make sure that your mental health is on your to-do list, and it's high up on your to-do list, and it's not being pushed down, because that's what I did in year 11 and it was no good. You feel rubbish, so don't do that. Alright, have a great rest of your day, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!